Everything I say is alleged, my opinion, and for entertainment purposes only. So let's get into this review of Love and Marriage Huntsville Season 6, Episode 17, Saw Ladylike. Who be doing these titles? So we open up with Mel and Kiki continuing their conversation. Mel lets it be known that Tiffany brought up the fact that the Crime Stopper video is affecting people's brands and things like that. And listen, at the end of the day, Kiki was like, I was not convicted. I have lawyers now and I cannot talk about the case. So Mel says, was that you? She said, I can't confirm or deny because of the case. Kiki says she's not worried because she knows the details of the case. And that's that. Then they talk about, Letitia not reaching out to her. She was one of the last people to reach out to her. And I don't know why you depending on your cousin to reach out to you, because she only care about herself, even when she looking stupid on it. So basically, Kiki feels like people are believing the story because she was once on drugs. And she says she have not relapsed. And she feel good. So we're going to have to take her for her word on it, okay? So Mel offers her support and anything she needs, and that was the end of the scene. It wasn't too much to talk about in that particular scene. Now, I know Kiki, or a lot of people saying Kiki is, going through something. Now, y'all, if y'all don't remember last season or whatever, the show before this, Kiki said that she was on methadone. So from my understanding, methadone is used to help people who are addicted to drugs to have less symptoms, especially when they're weaning themselves off of the drug. Could be what Kiki is going through, and that's just in my opinion. So we move on to this next fake ass scene between Tisha and Marcel and him renovating the house. This is a more recycled scene because I swore I heard them talk about this same conversation before, and Tisha was crying because Marcel was spending too much money and her money goes towards the kids. Child, get out of here with this. Tisha wants to know what the furniture budget is. He said he want to rent to own some furniture. Child, I can't with these two. This is such the fakest scene. So he gets upset with Tisha because Tisha asks how he's spending his allowance money versus how she spends hers. And then at the end, she says she really just wanted to talk about how she wants a new car. What? This scene just did not make any sense to me. And it don't make sense because 1 minute Marcel's talking about how Tisha is a stickler with our budget, but then y'all talking about random foolishness here. And then let's just note that they talk about his case that they're in with some contracting, right? You don't know the outcome of this case, but y'all talking about random budgets and how y'all going over the budget. So Stormy meets with Tiffany to help plan her reveal party of the baby. But I don't know what kind of planning she doing when she got a party planner. But anyway, that's just my observation. So they go upstairs and talk about who's all invited. They talk about Tisha and how she hasn't talked to Tisha. Tisha hasn't RSVP'd for this reveal party. Stormy says she has no problems with the Tisha. It's Marcel she can't deal with. She don't like men that act like bees, okay? Biatches, okay? She said he feels like he's the smartest man in the room, and he does. I can agree with you on that. She thinks he's smarter than a 5th grader. So Tiffany mentions again who's all coming, all the ladies, and when she mentions Kiki, Stormy is like shocked. I don't know why, but anyway. She says that at first I thought Stormy was being shady with the whole Crime Stopper thing, but she wasn't. She was just like, every time they get together, there's always something going on. And with the reveal of the baby, there shouldn't be no drama, basically. And Tiffany says, well, as long as she don't come and steal no locks. All right, Tiffany and her shade, child, I can't. Then Tiffany lets Stormy know that Mel came over to the house and was like, telling her to look at Kiki in a different way. And Stormy was like, oh, I'm glad Mel could help you come around. Child. So then they end up talking about Tiffany and all that she's going through. And Stormy feels that, Tiffany is going through it because she feels her energy. Child, that's what women do. We got to pick up all the slack, child. Then we find out through Tiffany's frustrations that her husband ain't never home. Like, he's out working. Well, listen, you wanted a baby. Y'all said y'all didn't want no children in the beginning, but you wanted a baby. So, is it bad that he's out working? No. Is it bad that he ain't there helping you with the baby? No, because that's what men do. in my opinion. So Stormy lets her know that it's okay not to be okay. You ain't got to hold it together all the time. Now, is it me, or do y'all notice how Stormy got compassion for everybody else? Tiffany, Kiki, but none for Mel when Mel was going through what she was going through? It's just the weirdest thing ever. Like, what's really your issue with Mel, the person that got you on the show, which was verified by Carlos King? And then they share a hug, and that's the end of that scene. So we got Marcel and Letitia going on a double date with the Fletchers, and Marcel in a confessional says that normally it's their date night, so they decided not to cancel it, and they're going to make it a double date night. That just did not even make any sense. A date night is a date night. I don't get it, but whatever. Tisha says, yeah, we meeting with the Fletchers since they're trying to get to know us. What you mean by that? It's the look she gave in the confessional for me. So the Fletchers arrive, and basically they're in a confessional saying they want to know why they wasn't invited to the Black Expo, since they're more experienced and they are the original power couple, okay, from 29 years ago in Huntsville, okay? Listen, I don't know why the Fletchers is so concerned about not being invited to this Black Expo. You know why you wasn't invited? Because it wasn't organized. In my opinion, this was somebody else's event that Tisha and Marcel put their face on. So Nell asked about the Black Expo, and Tisha was like, it went good. It was a lot of different business owners in the city that I didn't even know about. You know why you didn't know about them? Because this was not your event. If this was your event, you would have known of all the business owners that came to your event. At least had a list of all the business owners that came to your event. But anyway, Nell says, why didn't y'all invite us to the event? And Marcel says, do y'all feel like we didn't invite y'all to the event? So Nell says, no, we wasn't personally invited, nor did we feel like we were to be invited. And then all of a sudden, here go Marcel. Now, Marcel and Tisha has this habit of saying, well, what do y'all do? Like, get the hell out of here with that. So Marcel says he didn't think about it, and he apologized for not inviting them. Now, all of a sudden, you were friends with certain friends of ours that we were having issues with. And Tisha doubles down and say, well, there's a line that's been drawn and we have to stick to it. Now, what y'all are full of shit. So Nell says she don't operate like that. We not in high school or in college. Basically saying if I'm friends with you, shouldn't have nothing to do with the friendship with whoever I'm friends with. But in this case, Mel. So she says, oh, so that's how y'all operate, because I don't operate like that. And Tisha goes, no, that's not how we operate. That is absolutely how y'all operate. And if y'all felt so strongly about not dealing with Mel, because it wasn't Martell, okay, why was y'all so pressed to have her in y'all Black Expo? So Tisha and Marcel trying to make it seem like it's the host. But Nell made it be known it has to be just Mel, because y'all friends with Martell. So gaslighting ass Martell get to talking and rambling about how they have experience in business and people just starting their company shouldn't speak. He's talking about Mel. It's crazy to me that he totally forgets how the Holtz had their business and helped them start their business, but they have no expertise. I'm confused. See, this keeps people from helping people because of people like Marcel and Tisha. So Chris Fletcher says, listen, y'all not going to disrespect the Holtz, because they had Holt and Holt Enterprises. And Marcel going to say, well, where are they now? It's dissolved because they got divorced. What the fuck is you talking about? Now, we don't know what the heck Martell doing, but Melody is a serial entrepreneur. What's really sad is that Marcel don't see women's value. He done told Nell that she was just a pretty wife of Chris, although this woman been a businesswoman for 29 years. And because Mel came out on top after her divorce, he still sees no value in that. Then he got the nerve to say, we ain't gonna talk about your t-shirt business. When you selling t-shirts too, white labeling champagne, and your wife white labeling hair products, like y'all got the nerve to talk. Boy, these two are so hypocritical, it just don't make no sense. So Marcel says if they have anything they need to talk about, they could come to them directly. He's actually learned from Fletcher. But a few minutes ago, y'all act like y'all ain't know what they did with their businesses. So Tisha says this is what 29 years look like, because the only thing in marriage to her that's important is how long she been married, okay? So she says, has y'all ever had any issues with cheating? Ooh, and Marcel tried to shut that down. Do you hear me? Matter of fact, he did shut it down, because he don't want to talk about his infidelities, in my opinion, allegedly. It's just mighty funny how Tisha got questions about cheating with a lot of couples. Girl, look inside your own marriage. The same woman that stood 10 toes down. It's never happened to me. But why you always bringing it up? So we here at the last scene of the episode, which is Tiffany's reveal party, which she gets to the reveal party and nothing is done. Nothing was set up. None of the food was cooked. No decorations, nothing. So Mel, Stormy, Kimmy, and Tiffany are there. They having a conversation. Stormy not act like, Stormy did not speak to Mel, which is so childish to me. Be an adult. Grow up. They get to talking about this expo and how Tiffany didn't feel like she was included. And Stormy says, well, I should have been in the front row with Tiffany with the way this expo turned out. Then they end up talking about how Stormy got into it with Marceau. So Mel gets to find out how people was having to pay for booths and there was discrepancies about the booths and how, her decision not to participate was the greatest decision ever. Okay. So Nell comes in and the scene changed to Stormy talking to Kimmy about her getting along with Tisha, and she says she don't have a problem with Tisha. Tisha was doing too much and she wasn't, but both of y'all was doing too much at that lunch, in my opinion. Okay. And then we see Nell and Mel sit off to the side, and Nell lets Mel know that Marceau was basically downplaying her businesses. Okay. And that Tisha really don't want to be friends with Nell because of her friendship with Mel. So Mel lets it be known that it's funny because when you was patronizing their business, they didn't put you out. They didn't want to put you to the side. But because you're friends with me, there's a problem. Mel called BS on. So Nell lets it be known that Marceau said that Mel should not have been paid to speak because her business ain't been in business long enough. And it should have been Maurice and Stormy to get paid. Child, because they not, and because Mel's not professional enough. And that Stormy and Maurice should have got paid because their businesses was open longer than Mel. Child, I can't. So Mel with the clap back. Well, I could say I don't want to do business with them because they're in a multi-million-dollar lawsuit because of fraud. Boom. So Mel said, why y'all worrying about my coins? I've been in business since 2008 as an entrepreneur. And last I checked, my dreams and vision put money in your pocket. And that's on period. Okay, let me tell you the energy Mel was giving.
Let me make something very clear. My choosing to be professional, to handle my business, to ignore you, does not negate the fact that I will whoop your ass. And I mean that with everything in me. Period.
This episode was giving Marceau and Tisha are frauds. They are faking it till they make it and giving us recycled storylines. I wouldn't do business with them if somebody paid me to do business with them. Anyway, guys, that's all I got. Like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Share the video. Come down in the comment section so we could talk about this mess. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.